Welcome to this video for OCR Cambridge Technicals Level 3 in Information Technology. This is the Unit 21 Web Design and Prototyping, and we're looking at criteria M3, communicate future website security and maintenance considerations to the client. So in a nutshell, this is quite an easy one. You've created your website, and now what you're going to do is let your client know, and the client is the person you made the website for. You can let them know how to keep the website secure, and also how to maintain the website to ensure that it's up to date and the content is relevant, but also it doesn't become hackable. There's 4 areas, so let's have a look at the project guide, which we can walk through to understand what these are. M3, the further guidance says, the learners are required to communicate future website security and maintenance considerations to their client. The learner should consider how the website will change over time, and therefore it is important to update information, training needs and security measures on a regular basis. The evidence could be an extension of P6 and be in the form of a report or a presentation with detailed speaker's notes. So this is important, or should I say it's relevant, the keeping it up to date, because obviously if you imagine the website was made 2 years ago and software changes, security patches are released, hacks occur, then obviously you need to update the website, or the client would need to update the website to ensure that it was secure. At a simple level, you want to keep the website up to date, because if it says that you have 50 t-shirts in stock and then they all sell out and then you haven't got any in stock and the customer buys them and they pay the money for it, they're not going to be very happy, and potentially as a business you're going to lose customers and it's going to damage your reputation. If we scroll up to the overview, these are the 4 areas that they're interested in. So updating of content, the training of staff, the threats to information security, the protection methods for securing personal data on the website. So what I would do is I would copy and paste those 4 into a Word document, and they are going to become your 4 areas that you're going to talk about. Now, before you start writing, you might want to do a bit of research and find out what areas are covered under these. So, for example, updating content means updating the content of the website. If staff leave, are the names changed? If you change your email address, is that updated? Are the prices up to date on the shop? Are the pictures still relevant, or are they pictures from 10 years ago? Does it include calendar and sale information that was from Christmas and now it's Easter? So it's all about updating the content. Training your staff how to use the website effectively. Obviously the worst scenario is a member of staff doesn't know how to use the website and ends up either leaving it open to hackers, or they destroy all the data, or they introduce vulnerabilities, or they delete all the content from the shop or something like that. Threats to information security. So you've obviously got information on your website, you've got customer data. How do you ensure you keep that secure? What are the threats? So it could be phishing, could be social engineering, viruses might destroy it, not backing up, hackers, and so on. And then protection methods of securing the personal data. So this kind of is tied in with this one. How do you ensure that the data is kept safe? So you keep it on a backup, you ensure that it's encrypted, password protected, and so on. And what you're looking to do is to not just kind of list it, but explain why or how it would cause a problem. So if you look at the example one there, okay, that should say threat. The threat could be that the staff do not log out of the computer system when they're finished. This could mean that obviously someone else can jump onto the computer and use it, which would result in, and then what could the staff do to avoid it? So in basic terms, what you're looking for is to state what the issue is, state the issue, give an example, explain the example, and then what we want is the preventative method. Now you might think this is quite similar to M1 as well, because M1 was obviously talking about security issues, but this is focusing on the organization, the client, the business that you have created the website for. And what you want to do is ensure that it's relevant to them. So let me give an example. If your website is about vets, then obviously the type of information they keep will be very different than if it is a shop selling t-shirts. It is a doctor's surgery. It's going to be very different than if you did a website for a baker's that are making cakes and croissant. So you need to think about how this fits in with the organisation and the website. So if you take something like the vets, then they probably will only use the website for updating clients, booking appointments, and so on. Whereas something like a t-shirt organization, sorry, a t-shirt selling business, they're probably going to be taking a lot of orders through the website, updating it, what's out of stock, and there might be a number of people interacting with it, and therefore you've got different training needs. So when you look at these, relate them back to the business that you have made the website for. Okay, let's have a look at an example piece of work. So here we go, M3. This is the updating content section, and they've done 3 updating content related issues. So some of the images might need changing. That's the issue. This is because the future of the images of the game may get old and therefore require attention. Yeah. Why would they change them? Because it might confuse the player if they're old images, and so on. Update the videos. Similar to the images, but obviously still important. And the third is that they might want to change the future, the stock that is on the website. Okay, why do you want to change the stock that's available on the website? Because it might be different. They might have started selling different products. Obviously the shop should be up to date. The scenario I always think of is a bit like going to a cinema where there's 1,000 tickets, and obviously they get sold throughout the week before the showing of the film. Now, if the website wasn't updated, then there would still be 1,000 tickets available, or the website would still show that there was 1,000 tickets available on the night of the film, and people would still be buying tickets. So it's a similar kind of thing with the shop. Keep the shop up to date, keep the product information up to date. Then we move on to training of staff. This student has talked about the logging off. They've also talked about keeping passwords safe. And then they've also taught them about Data Protection Act as well. So what we're looking for is, what is the issue? Give an example, explain why it's an issue, and what's the prevention methods. And this is what they've done. Threats to security. They've talked about business information could be stolen by other businesses, viruses, information security, information accessed by other unauthorized users. That's kind of hacking again. And then we've got the prevention methods. So secure personal data by backing up and storing data, encryption, add firewalls. Okay, again, what is it? Give an example, explain it, and then obviously discuss how it supports prevention. So 3 pages there. Think of it as 3 and 3. For each of the 4 areas, they've done 3 paragraphs that have covered the issue, an example, an explanation, and prevention method. And that is M3 finished. Thank you very much for your time. Any questions, comments, drop them down into the chat, and I will endeavour to respond.